Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here at Dogecoin, seeing what's going on. Got a lot of requests for this one. In fact, I've already kind of looked at it myself. Personally, it looks pretty bullish. We took a swing trade on this coin moments ago, but if you want to kind of look at the big picture here, I think it's important. So let's go ahead and double check a few key factors too, just so you can kind of see back end, front end, kind of where we're at here with things, because there isn't a massive liquidation level above us, right? So you got to recognize there is technically more incentive for the price to come back down to that 7.8 level. Okay, but if you exclude that altogether, the TA looks phenomenal, but there is technically some liquidation at about 8.4. So somewhere between 8.4 and 7.9 is effectively where the price action's ranging. Keep in mind, we got a nice little cup and handle pattern here forming. More likelihood to break out of this 8.4 mark or higher, or 8.35 if you will. Okay, so again, looking pretty solid here. To me, let's go ahead and explain why. So taking a look at the daily time frame here, we can go ahead and double check a couple key factors, but simply put, if we look at the daily, we can kind of recognize that the MACD is still converging. We can see stochastic RSI is swinging up or kind of sort of maxed out. There's a good chance we could see the price pull back a little bit, but you got to recognize this is based on this most recent swing and not the most recent downswing, if you will. This is a lagging indicator. It hasn't taken into consideration this most recent uptrend, if you will, where Bitcoin retested 50,000. Okay, so important to note that even though money flow index is coming down here, that's not as bad as it looks because the 4-hour time frame tells us a little bit more. But first of all, quickly to note, a few moving averages here as well. We can see we're testing the 50-day SMA here today. That could provide a tentative resistance level. So by no means is the macro perfect, but we have the important things here being over 50 on the RSI, MACD convergence, a lot of positive contributing factors, to me a little bit more than not. Okay, now again, when you take a trade, you're not taking trades based on just one time frame. Okay, so daily time frame, I would say 60-40 split on bullish to bearish. Okay, 4-hour time frame here is where things start to stack up positively here. We take a look at the moving averages, we're above all four. That's extremely important. The next closest one here, the 20-day SMA, is right there at about 8.15. So that could tell us, or does tell us mostly, there's a nice little range there where the price action is holding at support, and there's a volume profile support too as well, with the largest amount of volume in the last 48 hours, or this is basically since the beginning of the month. In the last 2 weeks roughly, we can see the price action has averaged itself out there. So everyone's interested in this 8.13 mark, 8.125. So a price above that tells us that's a very good sign. Okay, that in conjunction being above all moving averages, stochastic RSI swing to the upside, as well as being up over 50 on the RSI and money flow following, I think those are all really, really good signs here. Okay, so again, the 4-hour time frame to me looks like a 90-10 split. It looks very, very bullish. Only thing that isn't bullish is because we haven't established a closure above 8.2, 8.3 rather. I think a closure above 8.3 today would reaffirm that. We got to retest that level. We could even see a little micro cup and handle too, where the price action retests that level if it pulls back to this 8.15 and effectively bounces. Okay, so all in all, very, very good stuff here. I like what I see. This is definitely looking great. Hourly time frame, let's confirm a couple things here. Ichimoku cloud, we are above the cloud. Keep in mind, this is tentative. Not 100% confirming that we are above the cloud here. In other words, anytime you see the price action just break barely above the cloud, you want to give it time to mature. So truth is we're a little early on our entry, but I feel confident with everything else, the way we've seen it so far, that there's going to be a strong chance of a retest this most recent high to break that level. So if you kind of put all that together, conversion line and the baseline are intersecting. So we're trying to get that momentum to the upside. Lagging span is free and clear, and we're above the cloud. Again, while this isn't a full-on confirmation, if we can close today at this price point or higher, right above this, I think it's 0.786 fib level at 8.225, we're going to be in pretty solid shape here. A lot of this hinges on Bitcoin not dumping, right? But keep in mind, Bitcoin has pulled back fairly well to that 49.7 mark, and Dogecoin still holding strong. That to me is a testament to how well this coin is doing. Same thing with ICP as well. I know this isn't an ICP analysis, check that out in your own time, but we also have a long position open with ICP as well, mainly because it's exuding very similar behaviors. Okay, cup and handle, likely retest the most recent high, and a good chance we're going to break through that level. So again, folks, I'm tentatively bullish on Dogecoin. Okay, emphasis on the word tentative. So make sure that if you do take a trade, for example, with Dogecoin, low leverage, low position sizing, make sure that you're being careful and cautious with your trades and not just FOMOing it, right? Just because I say that we took entry doesn't mean you should. Use your own risk tolerance and make sure that if you're going to structure a trade, you structure it the way that you want it to, okay? And what I mean by that is we have multiple entries on this consideration here. In other words, we're taking entry roughly where the price action is at now. We'll probably take entry as well if the price pulls back a good 3 or 4%, average our price down, and then we have invalidations that occur. We may close the trade before we hit the stop loss. Generally speaking, though, that system works very well for me. We had about, what is it, 95% last month, somewhere in that range. See here, I think if we take a look here, it was what? Oh, 96%. Yeah, so minus injective, we had a pretty much flawless month there. So that's just generally how swing trading should work. You should have more wins than losses if you're using the right analysis, and that's basically what I do here. Everything I just showed you is what I look at when I take a trade. I don't get super crazy with market ciphers and all these intense indicators. Most primitive indicators work very well. That's my personal opinion, but they've served me well for the last 20 years, so I guess I'm biased. Again, either way, thanks again for watching. Make sure you check out our Trading Academy, Community, and University, or Signals group rather. I have some awesome trades here coming through. We took a small loss here from BNB, but if you look at our chain link and all of our ETH profits here, look at this here. 15%, 36%, 36, 36.5, 8%, 9%, 6%, Somatic and ADA as well. So again, it all equals out, folks. You're going to hit some stop losses. This is, again, my day trading group here. But I can tell you that swing trading, honestly, is probably the better way to go as long as you use low position size, low leverage here. So just again, trade carefully, folks. Last but not least, if you're not part of our community and you're not aware of this, we do use Bitunix primarily for an exchange. Link down below, you get some awesome rewards if you use my link to register. But mainly we use them because there's no KYC or VPN requirements. So be sure to check them out. They're a phenomenal exchange. They're adding a lot of trading pairs at the end of this month here as well. ICP being one of those. I know that's a big question I get a lot. So I think over 200 here in the next couple of weeks. Awesome stuff. Thanks again, Bitunix, and thank you as well for being an awesome part of my life. I look forward to working with y'all. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon.